Hello kids, welcome to the session at Learn Forward platform by Feathercap. I'm your English facilitator Garima Singh to make your learning easy and fun. So let's begin. Hope you are ready with your books Fly High, Grade 3. Now we are on chapter 11, that is the second last chapter of the book, which says trees or paper. You all know that we get wood from trees, we get paper from trees, right? So this play is about conversation of environment. Let's read to know how a man, Velu, refused to cut a tree for saving his environment. You all know that we should take care of our environment. We should plant more trees. We should not cut trees. We should control the pollution, right? So this is again about the environment. Before that, we have some matching activity. You know, we need to match the natural resources on the left to the things which we get from them. Like trees, from trees we get wood and paper. So from wood, water, we get energy and electricity. Mountains, what do they give us? They give us minerals, and from these minerals, we can make our jewelry. Then the last one is soils, crop planting, and from the plants, we get the food. So now let's read the story. These are the characters. Velu, a poor worker. Raju, Velu's son. Sinu, a workman, timber merchant. Lakshmi, Velu's wife. Arasi, Velu's daughter, foreman. So from this we get to know that Velu, there were 4 family members, husband, wife, and Velu had 2 children. One was son Raju, the daughter was Arasi. Now let's read the story. Scene 1. Velu, a poor workman, is sitting with his family to have breakfast. So see, we can have it in the picture. See it in the picture. Velu's wife Lakshmi is serving a breakfast of rice and a thin dal. Right? So Raju, son of Velu. Appa, I need to buy a sketchbook today. My art teacher is angry with me. All the children, they have their sketchbooks. Velu, so the father said, can't you use your rough notebook? Isn't it for drawing? Why do you need a separate sketchbook for that? So he said, you have a notebook, rough notebook, you use it for drawing purpose. Why do you need a separate one, right? Arasi, we do, Appa. Our art teacher is very strict. She gets annoyed. You will need to buy a sketchbook for me. So even the daughter says that, you know, it is really difficult to convince the teacher. So we have to buy a sketchbook. Velu, what is the cost of it? Arasi, it costs 22 rupees, Appa. So 22 multiply by 2, right? Because 2 notebooks were to be bought. Lakshmi, 22 rupees. I can buy a kilogram of rice in 22 rupees. So, you know, they were so poor that, you know, Lakshmi, it compared it with the food that, you know, you will get one notebook, one sketchbook for 22 rupees. I can get 1 kg of rice for 22 rupees. Raju, I understand, Amma, but we have to follow rules at school. Everyone must have a sketchbook. Lakshmi and Velu look at each other. Their eyes are sad. Velu. It can be Velu also. Again, right? I'll try to find some work today. Maybe I can get your sketchbook tomorrow. So Raju's class, the art teacher enters the classroom. Here's the classroom. This is Raju and this is the teacher. Art teacher, good morning children. Have you all got your sketchbook? Today we are going to draw a picture to show that we should look after our environment. Think of what we can do to save our environment. Let's discuss first and then we'll draw. Who is going to come up with the first idea? So there was a group discussion on how we can save the environment. Student 1, ma'am, we should not waste water. I'm going to draw a leaky tap and draw a cross over it. So I'm going to draw a tap that is leaking and, you know, then I will put a cross on it because this is wrong. This is wastage of water. At art teacher, that's really good. Any other ideas? Raju, ma'am, we shouldn't cut trees. Trees are very important for life on earth because trees are the homes of many animals like birds, monkeys. Trees, you know, they spread greenery, they provide us with fresh oxygen and air, and we get fruits from the trees. Art teacher, very good, Raju. Have you brought your sketchbook today? Raju, ma'am, my father has promised to get one today. Art teacher, you always say that, Raju. When is he going to actually bring you one? Raju, sorry, ma'am, he'll surely get it today. Velu is standing at the timber merchant's office. Timber merchant is the person who sells wood, right? If the merchant gives him some work, Velu can get Raju the sketchbook. Merchant, next, what's your name? Velu. Velu, sir. Merchant, have you done this work before? Velu, no, sir, I used to work as a gardener. These days, not many people have gardens. We don't have enough water either, sir. I have no work now. So he said that I was a gardener, but now people hardly have gardens. They make such big, big houses, but hardly any space for the garden. And moreover, there is scarcity of water also. Merchant, this work is not easy. You have to be very strong to cut trees and load them to the lorry. So you have to be strong enough, because cutting a tree is not very simple, right? Will you be able to do it? Velu, yes, sir. Merchant, give him an axe and send him with the others. So an axe, it is a tool that is used to cut wood. Ari. Foreman, now get to work, all of you. We have to clear all these 5 trees and load the wood in the lorry before evening. Sinu, come on, Velu, you start with this tree. Velu looks up at the tree. He can see a few squirrels playing. Velu, those squirrels look so happy. Sinu, look, there's a woodpecker's nest in the trunk. So this is what they could find on the tree. Velu, there's a weaver's bird's nest on this branch. See, this is the nest. Here again, woodpecker is doing something. We have the squirrel. I wonder where these birds will go when we cut these trees. Velu drops his axe and leaves the place. Foreman, Velu, what are you doing? Get back to work. Velu, sorry, sir. I can't cut this tree. I'm a gardener, a person who plants saplings. I am not someone who destroys trees. So see, he was such a gentleman, though he was in need of money. Even then, he was, his inner conscience did not allow him to cut the trees. Lakshmi is waiting for Velu to come home. The children are doing their homework. Velu enters. Raju, Appa is here. Appa has come back home. Velu, how did you manage in your drawing class today? Raju, my teacher gave me a page from an old sketchbook. She said Appa. Velu, that's very kind of her. Show me what you drew. Raju, this is what I drew, Appa. My teacher loved it. We know that we have to save our environment. She asked us to draw something that shows this idea. Velu, Raju, I asked the timber merchant for work. He asked me to cut trees. I just couldn't. I walked away. So now he was discussing it with his son. Can you wait for a few more days for your sketchbook? I'll look for some other work. Raju, yes, Appa. The next art class is a week away. Velu stares at the picture Raju has drawn. So see, the boy was so good. He said, you don't worry. Now I'll be having my art class the next day. So this was such a beautiful story with a beautiful message that we all need to save the environment. Do not cut trees, plant trees, right? Let's come to the exercise. Which of the following word means the same as damage? Correct. Destroy. Which part of the given sentence has an error? Velu drop his axe. Yes, this one. Which word is correctly spelled? The correct spelling of gardener is, yes, the C part. Now, based on the extract, we need to answer the questions. Good morning, children. Have you all got your sketchbooks? Who said to whom? So, the art teacher said these words. She asked all the children whether they have brought their notebooks or not. Today, we are going to dash a picture, draw a picture to show how we should look after our environment. According to student 1, what should not be wasted? He said that water should not be wasted. We shouldn't cut trees. Is it a correct sentence? Right, we should not cut trees. What was Raju's idea? So, what was Raju's idea? Let's see. Ma'am, we shouldn't cut trees. Trees are very important for life on earth. So he was in the favor of not cutting trees. Next, okay, where were we? Okay, the next extract. Who is a gardener? Velu is a gardener. Who wonders where these birds will go once we cut the trees? It was Velu the gardener who said that if we cut the trees, where will these birds go? Look, there's a woodpecker's nest in the trunk. Who said this to whom? Sinu said this to Velu. Velu drops his axe and leaves the place. Now, true or false? Raju needed to buy a storybook. Was he wanting a storybook? False, he wanted a sketchbook. Velu went to the timber merchant's office to get some work. Absolutely correct. The merchant gave Velu the work of cutting the trees. Yes. There was a weaver's bird's nest in the trunk of the tree. True. Next, Velu dropped his axe and left the place. True. Now let me just confirm whether the weaver's bird nest was on the trunk. No, it was on the branch, not on the trunk. Yes, false. It is false. Coming to the next, we have the question answers based on the story. How many children does Velu have? He had 2 children, Raju and what was the name of the girl? The girl was, what was her name? Arasi. Next, why did Velu go to the timber merchant's office? Velu, he had to go to the timber merchant's office to look for some work because, he wanted to buy a sketchbook for his son. What did Velu notice on the tree? He noticed that the squirrels were so happy the birds had made their nest on the trees. Why did Velu throw away his axe? When the foreman asked him to cut 5 trees and load them in the lorry, he was not able to cut the trees because he felt that he was a gardener and if he cut down the trees, where will these birds go and live? So with this thought, he threw the axe and he left the place. What kind of a person do you think Velu was? Velu was a kind-hearted person. He was an animal lover and, he was really good and he couldn't harm the life of the birds. Give reasons for your answers. We've already discussed. So that was all about the story. Hope you all liked it and it is giving us a beautiful moral. So read the story once again, go through the question answers. See you tomorrow. Till then, take care. Happy learning.